database if required, then database to middleware or to the server. This is how three-tier architecture works. You might be learning today, but you are using it from so many years. You are using it from so many years. By the time you understand what is oxygen, what is breathing, what is nose, what is lungs, how long are you using it? From the day you born, you are using your nose for breathing. After 1.5 years, if someone asks you what is this, then you say nose. After 3-4 years, if someone asks you what is breathing, then you will say inhale and exhale. By the time you say, I know what is oxygen, what is inhaling, what is exhaling, you are using it. Exactly the same thing. Now you are learning what is the client, what is server, what is database, and all those things. But you are already using it. Because why are you already using it? Pulse, you are using it. Pulse database, client, middleware is there. Facebook, you are using it. Instagram, you are using it. Amazon, YouTube, Flipkart, everything is working on this one. So you are already using it, but you don't know how we are learning it. Now, what we wanted to do, we wanted to create a React application where we can send a request to the server. Server communicates with the database and gets the data from database and gives it to us. That we are going to learn it. Right? Any application, this is the main thing. Any application, this is the main thing. Now we will be working on this. Now let us see. So now I wanted to create a button. On click of the button, I wanted to send the request and get the data that I want to. Now how we do it? Now, for example, this is called server. This is called server. In server, there will be so many API endpoints. We call it what? API endpoints. We call it. Server will have so many API endpoints. Server will have so many API endpoints. We will be learning how to create those API endpoints at that point. So now what we have to do? We have to send a request to any one of these API endpoints. That API endpoint connected to the database and get the data and gives it to. See, you are going to Apple company for interview. Sir, but if you go in detail, you have to go and meet HR in Apple company. Got a point, exactly. Now, three-tier architecture means sending a request from client to server. Yes, if you go in detail, server is a collection of API endpoints. For that API endpoint, we have to connect it. So, for that API endpoint, we should have the URL. For that API endpoint, we should have the URL of the API endpoint. I can connect it. So, if I wanted to make a call to you, I should know your phone number. Then only I can make a call to you. Exactly. If I wanted to connect it to the server, that means I am connecting to. I'm sending in a request to the API endpoint. I should have the URL of the API endpoint. Once you have that URL endpoint, you can send a request. Okay. Let us try it. Now let me create a project. Getting a folder for server communication. insert this button to create a project. We are going to learn async, await, and fetch. These are the things we are going to learn. Those are helpful for server communication. Okay, let me open this folder. So it is running it. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to create a button. On click of the button, I wanted to send the request. So after this, so I just wanted to remove unwanted stuff. Then create a button. Put this button inside the form also. I'm going to create it. But, let's get products. Get products is a button. On click of it, I want to connect to the server and get the data. Okay. Now I'm creating a function. Let get products from server. Get products from server equal to. I'm creating a function and I wanted to call this function on click of that button. From get products from server. Okay. Now observe here, I'm going to write the data how to connect to the server. Now there are so many fake APIs available in the internet. Fake API means API endpoints, which gives us some dummy data. Okay. Now out of such is one thing is called take store API. So they have created API endpoints in their servers, which gives us some data. Right now we don't know how to create it, so we are using some third party. So make sure API, if you search it, they will be given some examples. Now I'll click on this. make store REST API for your e-commerce or shopping website for example. Right? You know, if you scroll down, see, get requests are there, post requests are there, put requests are there, batch requests are there, delete requests are there. Multiple are there. Okay. Now we will try to use get first. Try to use get. So this is the URL. If I click on this, I am getting the URL. I am opening it. Now this is the URL of the API endpoint. We call it as API endpoint. Now this is the URL of the API. Okay, this is the data we are getting it. We are getting it in JSON format. Which format? This is JSON format. Now I have an extension called JSON viewer. Because of that extension, it is properly formatted and displayed. Now, if it is not properly formatted, it shows like this. This is the data we are getting from the server. It is not properly formatted. It is properly formatted. It displays like this. How come it is displaying? Because I have a Chrome extension called JSON viewer. Are you able to see? JSON viewer is the Chrome extension which I am using. If you want, you can install it from Google Chrome extension. Okay. Now this is the URL. Now what I will do, on click of the button, I will write like this. Server will give us this JSON data, right? Why they are sending in JSON? Every technology understands. The reason why they are saying sending in JSON is every technology understands. Okay. And before we proceed, you have to understand the difference between JavaScript object and JSON. JSO and JSON. JSO means JavaScript object. JSO means JavaScript object notation. JSO understood by only JavaScript. JSON understood by any technology. Python can understand, Java can understand, PHP, .NET, JavaScript also can understand. Yes. But this JSON is inspired from JSO only. JSON is inspired from JSO only. How? What is the difference? Now I have an object. Let's say name. Such age, email, such net, email. This is the JSON, JavaScript object. This is the JavaScript object. What is JSON? JSON is the same thing, but the keys are there, right? The keys will be in quotes. Now this is a JavaScript, but if you put it within quotes, you put the keys within quotes, that becomes JSON. If you remove the quotes of the keys, JSO. Now what we will do, we will be sending a request to the server. They will be giving us data in JSON format. JSON format means keys within quotes. We will remove those keys. It becomes JavaScript object we can use. JavaScript can understand. That's what we are going to do it. Now what I will do, I will say let JSON data. Server is going to send JSON data only. JSON data is equal to, there is a method called fetch. It's inbuilt. Arrays are inbuilt. Sir, no. Send in fetch is an inbuilt function. So here, what I have to do, I have to give the URL. Give the URL. Now this is the URL which gives us the data. This is the URL of the endpoint. Now I will paste it here. The URL. Understanding? Now what actually happens? This fetch reads this URL and goes to that URL, which is the server, and gets the data and stores into this. Why we have given the name as JSON data? Because server responds in JSON. But one important thing, now here we are actually sending the request. Here we are actually sending the request. But one important thing is we have to tell which type of request we are sending. We have to tell which type of request we are sending, because there are different types of requests are there. Get request, post, put, batch, delete. There are multiple types of requests are there. Which request we are sending, we have to tell. Got a point. See, I'll give you an example. Ambani is there, Mukesh Ambani. Now someone came to meet him. What will he do? He'll just send him? No. He asks why that person is there. If that guy says he is your friend's friend, he just wanted to have a discussion for half an hour, then what will he do? Will he give appointment? No. What is important for those people? Time is more important. More than money, time is more important. Now Ambani, to go within Bombay, he purchased his helicopter. Why? He can save time. What a point. That is important for him. Exactly the same thing here. Now we are sending the request. Now server has to recognize what kind of request it is. Exactly the same thing here. Now what I will do, I will create an object called request options. What? Request options. OPTI. Its name can be anything. And here I'll say method get. Method get. Then I will pass this object as the second parameter. I will pass this object as the second parameter. That means we are sending a request to this API endpoint, and we are telling the request is get request. Then it connects to the server. Server gives us the data. Server gives us the data. Understand? Now what I will do, I'll say let JSO data. What? JSO data is equal to JSON data dot JSON. What exactly this part does? Converts from JSON to JSON. Converts from JSON to JSON. That's what this method does. And this will be stored into this. So basically what we are doing, we have created a button. On click of the button, we are calling this function. This function is sending a request to this URL. This is the server. And we are telling this is request option, get option. That gives the data which stores into this. Now, then we are converting that JSON to JavaScript object. This part is converting from JavaScript object notation to JavaScript object. Then we are storing into this. Then I'll say console log JSO get. We have to convert it from JSON to JSO. Then we can do it. Understand it? We are almost done, but let us see. Why I am saying almost done. Now I'll come here and I'll click. Now we have the button. I'll say right click, inspect. I'm coming to console. I'll say get products. What is happening? Why error is coming? Everything is perfect. JSON data.json is there, not a function. Why this? The error is because of this. Now observe here in line number 9. Line number 9. Line number 9. We are sending request. Yes or no? In line number 11, converting JSON to JSON. Line number 13, display in console. We are doing it. Line number 9, we are sending the request. Line number 11, we are converting from JSON to JSON. Line number 30, displaying in console. Displaying in console. Now, what is actually happening? Once we send the request, the request that server, it connects to the server. Server communicates with the database and gets the data, converts that into JSON and sends to client. It takes some time. Right? Takes some time. By the time it is sending the request, by the time we send the request and we get the response, next line is executed. We have sent the request, we have to wait for some time. By the time we are getting the response, next line is executed. Next line is executed. Now I'll give you an example. You say, Mom, give me water. Mom, give me water. Next second, if you ask where is water, what happens? She slaps hard. Why? That takes some time. Here also exactly the same thing. We are sending the request. That request has to be sent to the server. Server has to validate it and send it to the database and get the data and convert it into JSON and send that. That takes some time. Till then it is not waiting. It is executing next line. And what is happening? It is converting from JSON to JavaScript. First of all, we didn't get any response. And how come it converts? Understanding? That's why it is showing error. This is called synchronous. Synchronous means executes one after the other, just like that. This is called synchronous. Understanding? Just to give you another example, you have you have 6 a.m. You have train. 6 a.m. you have train. You wake up by 4:30 a.m. and started getting ready and started moving to railway station. You reached by 6:10 a.m. What happens? Gone. This is synchronous. Train won't wait. The same way, synchronous code won't wait whether we get the response and all this. By default, we write synchronous code. Now, the same scenario, instead of train, you have your own car. You told to the driver that driver be ready by 6 a.m. But you came to car by 6:10. What happens? The driver waits. That is asynchronous. That is asynchronous. Got my point? Now, around 20 people are going for a marriage. And you wanted to go through RTC bus. 15 people reached on time. 5 people are on the way, not reached. What the RTC bus driver does? Will he wait or will he leave? He will leave. That is synchronous. Instead of RTC bus, you have hired your own private bus. 15 people arrived. 5 people are not arrived. What do you do? Wait for it. That is asynchronous. Asynchronous means waiting. Wait till that is completed. Now, all these days we have written synchronous code. No need of asynchronous. In this scenario, we need asynchronous code. We need asynchronous code. Got a point? So now what we have to do? Now I wanted to write asynchronous code. So here I wanted to wait. Here I wanted to wait. So what I will do here? Here I will write await. Await means please wait. Await means please wait. Now because I am writing await is nothing but asynchronous code. At the starting of the function, I have to write async. What async? Sync means we are telling that we are going to write asynchronous code. We are going to write asynchronous code. So before the function, I am writing async. That means we are telling to the system that we are writing asynchronous code. And here we are writing await. Await means please wait. Please wait. Okay. Now let us see what happens. Now I'll come here. I just click on get products. I'll click on get products. What is happening? Is anything happening? Of course, first of all, no error is coming. It should show error actually. Get products. Something is coming. Something is coming actually. Right? Now, what is actually happening in this case? What is actually happening? We have sent the request to this. We have sent the request to this. And till we get the response, it is waiting. Till we get the response, it is waiting because we said, please wait, await. Means please wait. Once we get the response, it is coming to this line. Now, what is actually happening? JSON is converting into JavaScript object. Again, that also takes some time. And before this code is finishing conversion, this line is executed. Now, here also I wanted to wait. So, what I have to do? Wait, I am writing. So now observe what happens. Now if I click on get products, you should get the data. Get products. Either showing error or not showing. Are you able to see? I think their server seems to be too slow. That's why it took a lot of time. Normally it won't take much time. If you write synchronous code, it will not work. It because it will immediately go for next, next, next like that. Because we have written asynchronous code, it is waiting, then coming. So this is the data. We got it. It is in JavaScript object. We are getting actually an array of JavaScript objects. Understanding what I am saying? Now, what happens if I remove this async? Wait, what happens? Shows error because before once we send the request, it will take its own time to get the data. Till then, we wanted to wait it. That's why I'm writing await here. So we are writing await. And once we get the data, conversion takes some more time. That's why we are writing await. Because we are writing asynchronous code, before the function we have to write async. That means we are telling to the JavaScript engine that we are writing asynchronous code. Understand? Now, if I click on this, products. Normally it should not take this first time, but it is taking lot. Let us wait for it. The server is too specific. What is the problem? See, here we are getting error. Why is it getting flat? It seems they are doing some changes in their server. Seems to be that's why it is not. You want to understand the procedure. Okay, now the question is what is server down means? Now, in three-tier architecture, we are sending the request. Server is receiving the request and connecting to database, handling it. What is happening? Now, even we are calling it as server. Server is nothing but a computer. The hard disk will be there, RAM will be there, connecting to database, everything will be there. That server also has certain capacity. What is that? It can handle 10 requests per minute, 100 requests per minute, 1000 requests per minute, 10,000 requests per minute. Like that, some capacities. Now imagine the capacity of the server is 100 requests per minute. 100 requests per minute, for example. If 101 request has been sent, server will be down. If 1000 requests is the limit, 1001 requests sent, server will be down. That's what server down means. Server down means it's not like going to the floor and sleep. It's not that. Most commonly, you face problem in booking railway tickets because the population of India is 140 crore. IRCTC is one website. 140 people. Imagine around 2 crore people are booking tickets at a time, for example. 2 crore request it has to handle it. It's not a small number. So that's why IRCT server will be keep on failing because they are spending lots of amount on increasing the capacity. Hundreds of crores they are spending. Still, it is not supporting because 140 crores for one side. 140 crore people. Any one of us want to book a ticket, will go for IRCTC. Either through mobile app or through web, we are reaching them. That's why it's unable to support. Like, can be done. That is called as load balancing. The concept you are saying is called load balancing. Yes, can be done. No, they don't do select states like that. What they do, they create separate servers depending upon the areas. People who are accessing from North India, a separate server. People who are accessing from South India, separate server. Separate accessing from East India, separate server. From West India, separate server. Hmm? Different servers. Even that is also not suffering, not suffering. They might have done it already. Who is handling? Tata is handling them. TCS. They know all those things, but still they are no. They need see commercial viability is also important. See, ticket charge is less, but they are spending thousands and lakhs of rupees. Financial commercial viability is important. That might be there. See, you can invest 100 crore rupees for a chappal shop. Will it be commercially viable? Chappal shop probably you can sell for 10 lakh rupees per month. Out of 10 lakh rupees, 2 lakh will be your profit, net profit. Out of that net profit, if you remove expenses, 1 lakh will be this. If 1 lakh will month 1 lakh rupee per month is the revenue, you can create showroom hardly with 20 lakhs, or not more than that. You can put it 100 crores, but you don't get that money. That is also they look into that. Got a point. That is called a load balancing. They'll follow so many techniques like caching is there, different servers are there. You might have heard about it recently, very recent. There is a program called Unstoppable, and Prabhas interview was there. What happened? Server down. Server down means what? It's not going and sleeping. Many people from their TVs or mobile smartphones, they have tried to access that unstoppable. The whole server is. Then they said now it is working. That means what? They might have increased the server capacity. They might have increased the server capacity by paying some extra money. So it is coming. That's what server is. Understanding what I'm saying now, it is giving some error. This is not the issue from our side. Now it is coming. There are some issues from their server side. That's why sometimes it is coming. Sometimes it is not coming. Seems to be they are upgrading their servers. Understanding? So we have to tell where the data is through URL to get. We have to tell the type of the request. And once we get the response, we have to. Now we got the array, we can loop that array and we can display whatever we want. Understanding? Now let me try to refresh it again. Once I get products, yeah, so many you can get it now. I'm going to google.com. I'll say I'll just search for take the API. Getting so many. See, there is something called dummy JSON, make store API, make REST API for JSON data for development. Let us see what is there in it. Even products, cards, users, posts. There are so many they have created it. Get request is there, post is there, put is there, patch is there, delete is there. Now this fake store API it is giving only 20. Now they are giving 100. They are saying the products. products, 100 products they are sending. Now I just click on it. Let us see. Products we are getting. Uh, so many are there. Now shall we try this? Now I'll copy this. Okay, let me create. Now what I'll do, I have this button. Get products from page store API. Button I am changing it. Now I'll be creating one more button. Button get the products from dummy JSON API. JSON API. Now what I'll do, I'll create one more function. Let get the products from dummy JSON site. Now what is the first step I have to do? Let the JSON data, because we are going to get the JSON data from the server. JSON data is so it's a fetch. I'll give the URL wjson.com. That's what it is. And we have to tell this is get request. So for that, what I'll do, I'll say let request option equal to, you have to specify key method. Get. Then this request options and here. That means we are telling that this is a get request. Then I'll say let JSO data is equal to JSON data dot JSON. We are converting it. JSON to JavaScript. And I'll say console log JSO data. JSO data. Now let us see. I'll call this. Will this work or it won't work? Won't work. Why it won't work? For server communication, we must write asynchronous code. Why we must write asynchronous code? Because it takes time from the server to respond. It takes time. Now I'll come here. I just click on get products from the JSON API. It's showing error. JSON data is not a function because it is saying it is not a JSON thing. Why it is not a JSON? Because it is not stored JSON here. Why it is not stored JSON here? Before it, the response is coming, it is moving next. So I am writing await. Await means please wait. Await means please wait. If I wanted to write await, I have to specify asynchronous. And till this connecting to the server and getting the data, it waits. Once it waits, till they get the data, it stores into this. And here also I am writing the wait. Once the conversion is done, then store it. Conversion also takes time. Got a point? Then display it. Now let us see if I click on this. You are getting the object. Now see. Limit 30 products, 30 skip 0 or total 100. And now if I click on this, now see we are getting. They are sending only 30 only. They are not sending 100. They are sending only 30. Now from our application, we are connecting to two different servers. Got a point? Okay. Now we are getting the data from the server. Now I want it to display it on the screen. I want it to display it on the screen. Now let us try it. Now let us work on get products from page storage. On that we'll be working on Now what I will do, we are printing the data. Now we are going to learn one more important concept. I'm looking on it. We are getting the data. Make sure API is taking time to respond. So meanwhile, let us start this. This one we are getting good. This one, okay, now it got. This is taking a lot of time. Okay, let us take 5 extra API only. Now we are getting an array of 20 objects. Array of 20 objects. Then it has category, description, ID, image, pricing, rating, title. All are there. Object holds another object also. Now I wanted to display only the titles of the products. Is it possible? Only titles I wanted to display. Only titles I wanted to display. So what I can do here, I say uh, we are getting array of object, right? Array of object. That means this is array. So what I will do, I will say JSO data dot for each. Remember, for each we can use, or simply say for loop. Let I equal to 0, I less than JSO data dot length I plus plus. Then I say console log JSO data, which is an array of I dot title. Title is the title we are getting. Now I should get the titles to be printed. Now I'll click on this. Are you able to see all the titles? Can I get only prices? Can I get it or not? If I want price, yes, along with title, price is also there. I can access it. Now I am displaying it in console, but I wanted to display it on the screen. Now what I will do, what I will do, we have something called array.map. Remember, we have worked on array.map. So now what I will do, I will create an array. Let the products equal to an empty array. I am creating it, and I am storing the data into this products equal to JSO data. Click of the button, I am sending a request. Which request? Get request. I am getting the data. Till we get the data, we are waiting. Once we get the data, we are converting into JavaScript object. That also we are waiting. Once that is also done, I am storing that into products. Storing it into products. Now, what I will do, I wanted to display the value of these products. Now, imagine, I am giving an example. First of all, I am just adding some dummy things in this. Dummy items I am adding it for now. For now, I have added some dummy images, dummy text. Now what I will do, we have worked on map, remember? So what I will do, I will say flower brackets, products, dot map, and here I am creating an arrow function, and that product will come. Each element will come as a parameter. And here what I will do, I'll say return say h1, and I'll say product. We have exactly done the same thing during array dot map. Now if I come here, are able to see it is coming. They are actually displaying the values of an array. Yes or no? I'm refreshing it now. We are actually displaying the values of an array. Now, what I wanted to do, on click of the button, that JSON data, I'm assigning it to two products. Now here, we are displaying the products. Now see what happens. I'm refreshing it. If I click on this get products from store, we are getting the data. We are storing into the array. But is it updating here? Why it is not updating? Now what are the values in our array? Server data only. Then why it is not updating? In a way, right? Perfect. In a way, it is right. See, now what is actually happening? What is actually happening? Whenever the application loads, the data is populating. Whenever the application loads, data is populating. After populating, we are sending the request and getting the response and storing it. By the time we are storing into our products array, it is already displayed. How do you change it? Understanding what I am saying? By the time we got our data and store it into the products, it is already displaying it. That's why the old data is stored. Understanding what I am saying? So, we come to that. Now, we have a concept in React called use state. What? Use state. What exactly use state? Use state is a use state means we are creating a special variable. We are creating a special variable. What is special variable? Special variable means whenever you change the value of this special variable, the whole component will be repopulated again. Whole component will be repopulated again. That is the specialty of this use state variable. There are two types of variables basically. Now I am giving an example. There is a film called Kantara. Have you heard about it? Kantara is the film collected around 400 crores. Everyone appreciated the film. Then Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asked for screening of this film to him. So now the director Rishabh Shetty of this film travelled from Bangalore to Delhi. Who will come? The Prime Minister has to come to Bangalore, or this guy has to go? This guy has to go. So this Rishabh Shetty, the director of this movie, travelled to Delhi and they are making the arrangements. Now PM has given appointment by 10 a.m. Not only PM, along with PM, so many other people are also coming. But especially Prime Minister asked. Now 10 a.m. Around 40 people gathered and watching the movie. Prime Minister didn't come. We started. Prime Minister didn't come. 10:05 Prime Minister didn't come. 10:10 Prime Minister didn't come. 10:15, some security guy came. What Rishabh Shetty does? He just said, please have a seat, that's it. But 10:20, Prime Minister came. What Rishabh Shetty does? He stand up and invite the Prime Minister, yes, but he will start the movie again. Minister is special, yeah. Before Prime Minister, one normal guy came. What he has done? Please go and sit. If you or me goes, go and sit, that's it. Even though don't say that also to us. We are normal people, common people. But Prime Minister came, he said, sir, please have a seat. A projector boy, please start again. That's what he says. Now, a normal variable is like people like us. Special variable is like Prime Minister. Whenever the value of the state variable changes, the whole component will be repopulated again. The whole component will be repopulated again. Now, the variable which we have created, which is products, is a normal variable. Once we assign the value to this normal variable, it is not repopulating again. That's why it is not updating. Now I wanted to convert this normal variable to special variable. Special variable means state variable. Now what I will do, first of all, to use the state variable, I have to import it. Import React from React, and we have to import use state. Now I wanted to convert this product into a normal variable. The syntax for creating a normal variable is different. How? Say like this. Let products, let products equal to use state. Now here this product is a normal variable. This product is a state variable, that means special variable. What exactly this syntax is? Now, set products is a function we have to use while assigning the value to products. Products is a variable, we are getting the value. Whenever you wanted to get the value, we use this. Whenever you set the value, you use this. And this is the default value. This one we have to use for getting. This one we have to use for setting. This is the default value. Now what I will do, whenever we got the data, we are assigning this JSON data to products, right? This is not the way we use. We say set products. And I say JSON data. This is the way we assign the value to a state variable. Whenever we assign the value to the state variable, the whole component will be repopulated. Now, observe here. Here I am writing populating UI. Something I am writing. Now, if I run the application, here I am just refreshing it. Now see what happens. Are you able to see populating UI? You can ignore the thing which is displaying in the gray. Populating UI. Yes, sir. First time it is populated. Now if I click on get fake products from store API, now see what happens. Are you able to see? Once we assign, it is repopulating again. It is repopulating again. That is the specialty of state variable. State variable is considered as a special variable. Whenever the value of the state variable changes, the whole component will be repopulated. Now, what I will do here, what I will do, product we are getting here. I'll say product of title. Title we are getting, like the title I am giving. Now see what happens. Now if I refresh it, now nothing is showing because our products array has nothing in it. Now whenever I click on it, connecting to the server and getting the data, till then it is waiting. Once we connect to the server and get the data, we are converting back to JavaScript object, then we are sending it to our state variable. Once it is assigned, variable value is changing, so it is repopulating it. Then with fresh data, it will be showing. It is taking a lot of time, but it should work. I'm refreshing it again. It is populating it. Now I'm clicking on data to the server. Now are able to see. For the first time, it is not showing anything because nothing is there in the array. Now if I click on this, now connecting to the server, getting the data, and whenever we store, state variable, products is a state variable now. State variable values are changing. Whenever the state variable values are changing, the whole component is repopulating. It is like refreshing basically. Got a point? Now here it is showing with heading. Now I don't want it to show with H1. I wanted to show with paragraph. Paragraph like this. Now see what happens. Now it is. Now if I refresh it, now our products array doesn't have anything. Now whenever I click on it, we should get it. We are getting it. Now I am displaying the product. Can I display the price? So now what I will do? Here I'll create a div. Drag this div. I wanted to display price also. Now see, price is also. Not only price, I wanted to display the picture also. Now we are getting the data, we can see it here. Right click, in that array, title we are using, price we are using, image also we are getting. So what I will do, I'll just create an img, an src, then I'll say product dot. I told you earlier, remember we use map a lot, array dot map we use a lot. This is how we use it. Now see the beauty of this. Now we are actually getting the data. Getting the data from where? Clicking on it. Now see. Now see. We are getting it. This is the product picture, product title, product price, product picture, product title, product price. Now we have to do alignment part. Alignment part. How do I do that? I am not using Bootstrap. If I use Bootstrap, yes, we can do that. I wanted to try that. This is way. Card is a good example of products. So now what I will do? Right now I am just trying with CSS. I'm just say dot product box. Let's say border As name product box. Borders will come down, right? Borders are coming. Then I want to give fixed width and height. Now I'm giving a class here, tag name, border, or image border, any name. Okay. Product border, width 200 pixels, right? 100 by 200. I'm giving it. Now if I come here and see, I click on this 200 by 200 is coming. Now what I will do, I just say um, display inline block according to the size it will be according to the size it is adjusting it and for this object I will do object fit what I have to use style of not showing fully I'll use understand I am not focusing much on beautification you can do that. That's my next. From where are we getting this? From the now on click of the button we are getting. Without click I wanted to get it. On load of the component I wanted to get it. Yes, that is also possible. We will be discussing this in detail later point of time. You know, we have something called use effect. What? Use effect. If anything starts with the use, those are called hooks. What? Hooks. We have already used hooks. Use ref is a hook. Use state is a hook. Use effect is a hook. Multiple refs, multiple hooks are there. Now what I will do? What is the advantage of use effect? The use effect has multiple advantages, but one of the advantages we can detect the component load. In order the component loads we can detect it. So what I will do here, I just say use effect like this, and I am creating an arrow function. And I'll say empty array like this. Now whatever you write it inside this arrow function will be executed on component loads. Now what I will do, I will call this get products from server here. Now we are calling on click of the button, but now I am calling on component loads. Component is app here. Now see here, if I refresh it, it will automatically send the request and get the result. I am not clicking as. Now I can put it everything in flex box, display flex, row, column, everything like it. If you improvise it a bit more effectively, it will be like this. It will be like this. Flipkart is built using React only. I click on mobiles. This is the components. Exactly, they are doing the same thing. There is nothing different. The only difference is UI. We are just displaying in simple lines. They are colorful. Like that. Now, if I search for anything, if I click on television, what is actually happening? They are sending a request to the server, getting the response, and converting the from JSON to JavaScript object. And they are, sorry, you cannot even know anything. How do you know? You are just seeing the HTML. That's it. You don't see it. If source has to be changed. Got my point. Source has changed, everyone changes. Now, huh? You can change the price, but it displays here only. Displays here only. See, I have created tasks in Pulsar, but our students are smart. Sometimes what I can do, I can lock the task in such a way that after late submission, you cannot submit it. While creating the task, there is a checkbox. If I select the checkbox, you cannot submit it after deadline. It is simple Boolean value. So what actually happened? If I select like that, people cannot submit it normally. But students are also developers. They are inspecting it. They are going to JavaScript and they are modifying it and they are submitting. Even after I have given a restriction, they are going and submitting it. Really talented, no doubt about it. Now, what I have done to counter that, I am checking in the server side. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, they can access it. But server side, they cannot access it. There, I am checking it if it is correct or not from the database. So, for example, after submission, after deadline, don't submit it. True is there. Now, here, even in JavaScript also true is there, they will be changing it to false, so it accepts to submit. But in the database, it will be true only, they cannot change it. So I am checking the value within the database. So even though they had submitted, system will not accept. All those things are otherwise 1 lakh rupee TV, they will change it to inspect element at 10 rupees and they'll pay 10 rupees and get then that will become my full job, full-time job, changing the values and selling it. Understanding what is the difference between a normal variable and state variable? State variable is a special variable. Whenever the value of that state variable changes, the whole UI updates. Just to show you another example, I just wanted to show you. Now here, what I'll do, I'll create one more button. Simple variable I take. Now I'll say let score is equal to 0, and what I am doing. Saying there, Score is the variable. Now what it should show? Score 0. Are you able to see? It's showing score 0. Now what I will do? No, I'm just commenting it for now, so you don't see anything. Just comment it for sure. So score 0, it is showing. Now I wanted to create a button. I wanted to create a button. Button increase and on click. Now what I do, I say score plus plus. And I'll say console log score. Now see what happens. If I refresh it, it's showing score 0. Now I'm clicking on increase score. What is the value of score now? What is it showing? 0. Now I'm clicking on it. Clicking, and right now the value is 20. 20 times I have changed the variable, but it is still showing 0. Why? Because this is a normal variable. Whenever a normal variable changes, the component will not be repopulated. But if I make this score as a state variable, the component repopulates. Now I will convert this normal variable to state variable. So what I will do, this score is there. How do I do that? Let the score set score equal to use state. What is the default value? 0. This is the name of the variable. This is what you have to use for changing it. Now what I will do, on click of the button, set score, whatever the score is there, so +1 or +2, anything is fine. I am changing to set score. Now see what happens. Now here score. Now see what happens. Increase. Are you able to see? Observe the difference between a normal variable and a state variable. Now, in our scenario, whenever we get the data, I wanted to populate the updated data. Which variable I have to use? Normal variable or special variable? State variable for server data. Special state variable I have to take because by the time we are sending the request, normal variable doesn't have anything. Once we get the data, we are updating it. After updating, I want it to repopulate. Then we have taken a state variable. The state variable can be array, boolean, string, object, anything. But the syntax is different to state. What? Like this is the getting the value, accessing the value, we use this. For setting the value, we use this. Use state, this is the default value. Understanding? Hooks are one of the reasons of success of React. Hooks are one of the reasons. React is popular because one of the reasons is hooks. So many other reasons are also there. One of the reasons are hooks. Single page application, one of the reasons. Hooks, one of the reasons. Hooks has so many hooks are there. Use state hook. I am covering use state hook now because in this case you can understand. Before, if I cover it, okay, refresh is where exactly we use it. No. Because server communication takes time. Till then, after getting the data, we want to repopulate it. By the time we got the data, already it's populated. After getting the data, we wanted to populate it, showing updated data. Then use state variable. Whenever you assign the data to the state variable, it automatically populates. Got it? Now I want you to try this. There are so many out there. You can get it. I have tried it from Fake Store API, dummy JSON. We are getting it, but I am not populating it from there. We are getting 30 products. Uh, Again, ID, title, picture is also getting up. Images here, they are good here. They are sending 5 images. This data is much more effective to us. Shall we try this quickly? So now what I will do, uh, this is populating from Texture API. Okay. Now I'll create one more. I'll say let dummy JSON products. Okay. DJ products. Understanding what I'm doing? Equal to use state and dummy array, like empty array. We have created it. Then what I will do from this DJ products, I will populate it. Here, DJ products dot. I'm creating a callback. Product. Then return paragraph. We have to study the structure of the object, right? Yes or no? We are getting an object. The object has products. The product has array. Array has the title, thumbnail, images, category. So many are there. Okay. The product we are getting it. I'll say product title. Product title. Then what we have to do on click of the button, get products from the JSON. We are sending the request, getting the data, converting into JavaScript object. Then what I will do, I'll say set DJ products state variable JSO data. Whole object we are getting it. We are getting an object for the products total skip limit. Out of that we want products only. So I'll say dot products. Only products I am assigning it to this set DJ products. Now products is array. Key value. Now let me see get products from dummy JSON API. Now are able to see. We are getting it. Now they are sending thumbnail also. Thumbnail, how to display thumbnail. Thumbnail. Now we can display the thumbnail. So what I will do here, I just create a view here. on display each products, and I'll also display thumbnail. Thumbnail means image, right? So I have to use the img src product dot thumbnail. Okay, product dot. That is the object they are sending. Object has the key called title. Props means yes, props only. Props is also an object. This is also an object. Object can be accessible through dot syntax. Now we should get the thumbnails also. Now see, we are getting it. So good here. This website has a good content. Images. We can make it more colorful. Now, so many products they are sending. If you want, you can filter it. Everything can be done. We have already worked on it. Beautification, price, anything you can do. It's up to you. Actually speaking, they are sending so many images. For each product, they are sending so many images. For each product, any product you take, images, minimum 5 images they are sending. Price, rating, stock, everything we can. You can display those 5 images here also like this, one below the other. In Amazon it shows, right? Something like that you can show. Small, small, small. Understanding what I'm saying? Let me store this as a bookmark. It will be useful for me. Bookmark. Now I'm clicking on, we are getting it. If you want download also. Now, if I click on this also, I'll be getting it. Now, if I click on now, if I click on get products from Play Store API also, I'll be getting it. From this, we are already getting. Total 50 products we are showing. Literally speaking, you can create a beautiful e-commerce site without functionality. That means without payment functionality. Navigation also you can do. I want you to try this. Right now, what we are doing, we are sending the request to the API endpoint. Once you learn Node.js, we can create API. We can create API endpoints. Right now, we are sending the request, getting the response. In future, you can send the request from client. You receive the request from server. You send the response from server. You receive the request from client. Both can be done by you. It's like actor and director. The same director says action and go there and say action. Like can be done. Understood use state, understood fetch, understood async await. Actually, right now for server communication we use async await. Before that, people used to use something called promises. What? Promises. Before that, callbacks. So in map, inside map, we are passing the function, right? That is called callback. Earlier, server communication used to do it through callbacks. Async event server. With callbacks also you can do, with promises also you can do. Once you gain some expertise in interviews, if someone asks you about promises, probably you can learn it, but that's not, that's old. Okay, I want you to try this now. You can create something wonderful. You take the dummy JSON website, or you take text or API, or so many JSON placeholders, request.in, so many of them. Take anything and pop it. Now nothing is from our website. Everything is coming from internet. Not even a single image folder in our site. Okay. In method we change to post message. How to send put request? Change